even a man who is pure at heart and says his prayers by night may become a NECA Ultimate Wolf Man figure when the plastic fumes bloom and the Amazon Prime price is right. Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? We're all doing very well. I think we're on a slightly askew angle here, but hey, it's all part of the cozy universal horror aura that we're trying to promote here. Now, folks, a lot of you will know that I have a love-hate thing with NECA figures. I love them, but I hate the way they fucking fall apart all the bloody time. And I know what I'm doing with them, so I get them, I heat them up, use a hairdryer, I use hot water, I lubricate and, get all the joints and all the, all the bits and bobs working properly. And then when I do a little video and I say, look at this new figure here, and it can move this way and the leg breaks off. Live on camera. It's happened too many times now. And I did say a while ago, I'm not buying any more ever again. No more NECA is coming to Kilt Mansion. Well, my son made a liar out of me because next thing you know, I've got McCready figures arriving. So, that was great. And I did like that figure. Do you know what? I'm really annoyed by this sitting on an angle. It's actually doing my head in now. So I'll just try to tilt that round a wee bit there. That's a bit better. Yes, we're back. So figures have arrived. But I'm still on the fence about NECA in general. I do not think they're action figures, despite all the articulation that they have. They are great as a statue. They're great as a one-piece sort of thing. Get the pose you want, but be bloody careful. Now, whether I'm super unlucky with all the ones that I get or have got lately, because they're too brittle, they're too fragile, and they break far too easily. So I promised I wouldn't do it, but I have bit the bullet, the silver bullet, and I did go for NECA's Wolfman. The Lon Chaney, some of us know him as Creighton Chaney, 1941 Wolfman. It's just one of my favourite movies of all time. I've covered it, so many times on the channel. I've discussed various elements, the soundtrack, the movie itself, the masks, fantastic artwork from your good friend and mine, Steve 007 Smith, who also got me this, one of the greatest things that I actually own, which is a beautiful reproduction of the silver wolf-headed cane from the Wolfman. And my God, that is a thing of absolute beauty. I have videoed it, you've seen that. And I've got numerous figures of the Wolfman. And, anyway, we could go endlessly about the Wolfman, which I probably will throughout the course of this video. Anyway, but really, the crux of the matter is the figure from NECA. And here he is right now. I've got a little sort of little diorama set up here. I've got this wickedly real sort of tree thing here. That's not plastic, that's real wood, and it's very spooky. So spooky, in fact, it made Lon Chaney himself fall over. And before we get to the figure itself, I have this wonderful sort of base there, which is lovely woodland sort of weirdness, and I am not sure what it came from. I have a feeling it's actually Shelob from Lord of the Rings, because I've got numerous figures of Shelob, all of which have got many stands and different things, and I think that's one of the intermediary sizes. There's 2 pins there, and they're very big fat pins, just to show you. Big fat pins, and I think it's Shelob. One day I'll work that out. But let's go to the figure. The box is here. Here's the box. Once again, NECA have done a wonderful sort of You open it, whoosh, and you get all sorts of, you know, great imagery of your Wolfman figure with their own dioramas and vintage poster artwork on the front. A nice little image on the side there, another image on the other side, and then on the back you've got all that kind of gubbins. And you get loads of extras. Now I'm going to put that to one side because we're going to be digging in, diving around and showing you little bits and bobs and probably changing a few bits here and there. Now, there's the figure, okay? Can you see this guy? I've got the ring light on, which is going to buzz out a lot of details. I know, I do apologise. Now, you can see that I have gone for the Lon Chaney Lawrence Talbot head. Because there are, obviously, he's the Wolfman. You can see his big fairy feet, and one fairy paw there. I've done him as sort of David Norton, as David Kessler in American Werewolf in London. It's like as his hand stretches out into a paw, it's like, you know, and that's what I've kind of done there. Now, I'll be honest, right up front, I'm going to say to you right now, this figure I do love, although he is fragile, a little bit more than I really anticipated. So I'm not going to do too much dicking about with this figure to show you. But against what probably 99% of the people who buy this figure are going to do, I've got him for that face. Because that sculpt of Lon Chaney, Creighton Chaney, yeah, it'll focus. Look at that. That is truly astonishingly good. I know, it's buzzing out there, it's getting the highlights, and this all singing, all dancing fucking camera is fucking me about again as usual. But he is astonishing. That is one of the best sculpts I've ever seen. So, you know, in the pros of this particular figure, that is a huge pro. That sculpt is amazing. It does look a little bit like the darling of British TV light entertainment, Michael McIntyre. It does. That's a sad side effect of it, but you know, he's been bitten by Michael McIntyre. But that has the hair, the detail, the sculpt. It's not picking it up too well with the ring light on, but I can't get any other way around it. There you go. You can see it there. I'm playing the Hans J. Salter and numerous other guys who are involved in it. Score for that movie. Oh, come on. Stop warping out. But that sculpt is amazing. It looks so like Lon Chaney that's just, I was like bowled over straight away. I'd seen other videos of it, and we'll come on to other people's reviews and other people's ideas about this figure, because, you know, obviously, you know, everyone's got an opinion, like arseholes, everyone's got one, and that is the best head that you've got in it. Let's get rid of that for a second. Now, in this pack, you get, some call it a bear trap. It's listed as a bear trap, a wolf trap, a man trap. You've got, where is it now? Is that the one? That is not the one. Where is it? Where have I put it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry, there's the bear trap from another figure, which I think is this one here. This one, which is tremendous. Love that figure. It's a great figure. He'll fall over now that I've just moved him, but he'll fall over. Now, has the chain as well, the Chaney chain, and both of the jaws move. So it's a wonderful piece of kit and a great design. Now, the one that you get with this NECA figure I found to be, well, a bit shit. It looks great, and there is some rusting on it. There's some weathering on the detail, which is great, But, and this is something I've seen, some people are quoting that this, both jaws, there's a little clamp, a little clasp, which you open that one up, and yet on mine, only one of the jaws works. The other one does not move at all. Not at all. And I've wet that, I've heated it up. Mine does not move. I've seen videos where people have gone and where they both move. So there's something wrong with that right from the word go. Is it a deal breaker? No, of course it isn't. In the film, he gets trapped, and Maria Uspanskaya as the gypsy queen, Meliva, whose son Bela, played by Bela Lugosi, is the initial werewolf that puts the bite on Lon Chaney, Lawrence Talbot. And he then kills, Bela with his silver wolf-headed cane. Yeah. And destiny is the thing about the movie, because Lawrence will become a wolfman because he's been bitten by Bela. Bela dies, but Lawrence will become the wolfman, and he'll go for all and sundry, including the girl he loves, Gwen Conliffe, from the old antique shop in this little Llanwelly little town in Wales, Hollywood backlot. And then Claude Rains. How can Claude Rains be the dad of the big, lump and misshapen, huge, bulky bastard that is Lon Chaney Jr.? How can he be his dad? It doesn't matter. It's all dreamy and fantastic. But then, at the end of the movie, using the same cane, the same silver-headed wolf cane, he will kill his own son. But you have got, the sequence of the Wolfman snared in this trap. And you can reenact it with this guy. Obviously, of course, you can. Put his little fairy boot inside that, and hey presto, he's trapped. And in the film, I've said it before many times. In the film, I love it where Meliva finds him, because she saves him from his second night of prowling when he's been caught in this trap, and she saves him, and he's lying there in this trap. And it's Lon in the full makeup by Jack P. Pierce. And he's going, there's a little underbite. You can see there, the underbite. He's going, like, oh, it hurts. Oh, it pinches. Oh, it chafes on me fairy calves and ankles. Oh, dear God. Oh. It's brilliant. So NECA do give us this bear, man, wolf trap. Any of you remember the film Southern Comfort? Walter Hill, National Guardsman, adrift in the swamps of Louisiana, and they incur the wrath of the local Cajuns, who start picking them off one by one. And these poor fuckers are only armed with blanks, and they do encounter a swampy patch filled with these, and the great Fred Ward, Remo, Fred Ward says, like, he puts a branch in it and it goes ka-chunk, and he goes, just like a steel pussy. And that is exactly what these things are. But as I say, I've got numerous figures. There's a few dotted around here. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. And pretty much all of them came with their own version of this, and all the others, they're fully articulated, fully mobile, whereas NECA's one, for me, is only partially mobile. It's a bit of a pain, and you don't want to screw around too much with NECA stuff, because, as I say, they're brittle as fuck, and it's a real pain in the ass, I'll be honest. So anyway, back to the figure itself. And there he is. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the werewolf heads. Don't worry about that. But there he is. Now, that head sculpt, as I said before, is magnificent. And I'm going to use him as Lon Chaney, as Lawrence Talbot, with my little setup. that's how I'm going to display him. Not with the werewolf heads. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And you'll see why. Right, so anyway, while we've got him like this, now, there's his feet. There's his feet. We all know that Jack Pierce and his other cohorts made great big furry booties for our guy. And so he walks on his toes, giving, with the boot that he's wearing, a dog leg, which is what a wolf would have. Any canine, lupine creature has the dog leg there. And it's a wonderful idea, and it looks goofy, but I like it. I think it's a great design. And NECA do approach that. So you have you have got a fair bit of articulation on the feet, on the paws. And bear in mind, again, as you always get, it's only 4 claws. Now, in this movie, they did forget to do the dew claw on the back. So instead of having the 4 claws and the dew claw as a wolf or a dog would have, they seem to forget that one. Anyway, so it's not on the back. There's no dew claw on the back of those. But and it's rolled up trousers because that's when he first transforms. And you look, his feet, the first transformation that we ever get of Lon Chaney as a Wolfman is of his feet. And his feet get super, super hairy and become clawed. And, they become paws. And then he shuffles off and he walks on his toes. Because the boots were made so that he couldn't walk any other way, really. I'm going to say it again, I always do. When he first transforms, he's in a vest. He takes his shirt off and he's in a vest. And then he transforms into a Wolfman, and somehow he's put on a shirt. A 1930s work shirt. And then that will become his uniform every time he's on the prowl. No matter what movie he's in, that's what he's going to wear. He's going to wear the same fucking thing every time. We'll come onto the shirt and the pants and all that. And the nose. We'll come on to all that. These things are important. If you're a Wolfman fan, you know where I'm going to go with that kind of stuff. So, we do not have the dew claw, but we do have the 4 claws and the bony structure of the toes and the foot itself. And they're great. And you've got 2 little holes in there. Because if you're going to stand him up properly, you're going to have to use... NECA have actually given a little stand for this fucker. And there it is, a little black stand there. Now, I think it's shit, to be honest. And I'm not saying that because, that me and my mate, Lee Van Keith, he's a spitting image of the actor Lee Van Cleef, so we call him Lee Van Keith. But me and him had a company many full moons ago, doing action figure stands. And we got done by George Lucas. Go back, it's listed in the video, so I've discussed it many times. But there's the sort of stands that we made. And we did it in multicolours and different size pins, sometimes with 2 pins, sometimes with 1, but different colours. And, we did loads of stuff. And even designer wooden stands as well. But anyway, but NECA now are making their own stands. And you can buy them separately, or I think, to my knowledge, this is the first figure that NECA have done which has come out with a stand like that with a pin on it, a little round disc with a pin on it. I'm not going to do it right now because I've played around this a fair bit, as you can imagine, and yeah, it does fit the hole, but it's not exactly. There's one. He's got 2 fucking feet and 2 holes. So why not give him 2? If you're going to do it, give us 2 stands. Am I just being funny and finicky? I don't know. Maybe I am. But I'm not gonna fart around with it now because I don't think that works too well. I've seen loads of videos where people are like, oh, it looks great on the stand, but he can stand up himself. Yes, he can. He can actually stand up himself. And, oh, here, this is where it's all going to go tits up for me. On this Shelob stand, oh look, there you go. Bazinga! He's standing up. Pretty well. Will he stand up like that? No, he won't. You need an uneven base to settle his... If you're going to have the raised dog leg sort of effect, which I think is what you want, that's what you need. You're going to have an uneven sort of thing, or rest him against something. But using that stand, he's uneven, and it just does not look right to me. It doesn't look right. Anyway, you know, I'm going to stop the dissing. I am, because I do love this figure. It sounds like I don't, but I genuinely do. But while we're on the topic of the bad things, he has quite a lot of articulation. You know, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to break this bastard on camera. I'm not going to do it. The feet swivel, and obviously, you know, because of the toes and the dog leg thing, they can go up and down. A few ratcheted sort of articulated bits. The knees bend, they go up to about here. The legs have got like a ball joint, and they go forward, backward, sideways. Hey, you know, you can do the splits. All great. The arms can go up, sideways, and down. The elbows come out, and all that kind of stuff. And the wrists, obviously, you know, swivel round. The hands swivel round. The head can tilt one side to the other side, move up, move down. Limited. There's a very big, thick collar on his shirt, so there's a limited there. And also the arms swinging up, you know, to the sides. You're kind of governed by the shirt sort of shoulder bits, which are very rigid. Something else to mention here is that some people have got these, and they've had this midriff here, because he should be able to pivot around the midriff, and he should be able to turn waist. Mine does not turn waist at all and doesn't pivot. Now, as I say, I've hair dried this, I've soaked it, I've warmed it up, and it's not doing it. So I'm not, and the pose I wanted to have him in, sort of turn around, you know, his legs are going that way, but his body's going that way. That's what I wanted. That ain't happening with my figure at all. It's just not going to do it. So shit on that one. It's massively rigid. People have also said about like how, and I've got other figures which do this, where the mold, the sculpt here is actually very soft and pliable, so you can move him around. You've got more midriff activity going on. Not so with mine. That is fucking brick hard. That is not going anywhere. I can't squeeze that in. That is not soft. Other people, I know, have seen it, they're soft. Other people have said about some of the arms, like one arm, the bicep might be soft plastic as well. Again, not on mine. Mine's fucking super bloody hard. Not saying it's a bad thing, because to my mind now, NECA figures are statues. If you can get it into a pose that you like, then fucking keep it like that. That is my mentality now with these things. I can't use this different poses. Oh, gonna play around it. No, because it's gonna fucking snap. I know that. I have that fear now built in. It's just I cannot remove that fear now. So anyway, there he is. So that's all very, very hard, very stiff, very rigid, and I can't twist that waist. Love to, but can't. It'll just snap off, and I'm not super gluing that shit back together again. Anyway, what else do we get in the pack? Well, okay, we get the wolf-headed cane and AR. I don't know if you can pick up any detail on that at all. I'll bring it a bit closer. Hopefully the focus will rearrange itself. It hasn't, because of that fucking ring light. But it is beautiful. That is actually fantastic. I've got a few versions of this. Obviously, the big full-size one as well. What I will say about this, it has the wolf head, which is perfect. It has the pentagram on it and the leaping wolf in the pentagram, and that's great. What this does as well, which you can't quite see now, and I fully appreciate that, and I apologise, is that it isn't just silver. There's a bit of sort of burnished, sort of golden colour to it, a bronze type effect. Now, I'm not sure what the hell that's meant to be. Is that meant to be rust? Is it? In the film, it's gleaming. There's some depth and sort of, the black shadowing effect within that, of course. But in this, you have this sort of golden amber rust type colour. And I'm not sure that is properly accurate, but it does look good. It does look good. And I'm happy with it anyway. Now, he comes with various hands. He comes with 2 wolf hands. You'll see them, I'll show you them. 2 wolf hands and several human hands. And one of those hands is meant to grip this. But I think that's stupid because he has his 2 wolf booties, yeah. And then he has, I'll come on to the heads. I know, you're all waiting for the heads, aren't you? There's the other wolf hand, another grasping sort of, coming for you, wolf hand. And they are really good, they're great. I'll put that down there again. And you get these other 2 hands, these human hands. There's the one that is either Lawrence having a very, moonlit wank or something, or you've got this other grasping hand here. Now, that one clearly is meant to hold the cane. I actually haven't done this yet. Let's see if we can get this in here without breaking anything. And you know what? Oh yeah, no, it does. It does go in. It does fit in. Yeah, there you go. There's the hand holding that. And I love the sequence in Gwen Conliffe's shop. Well, it's a dad's shop, the antique shop. And he's heard this fucking, even the man who is pure at heart says his prayers by night, may become a wolf when the wolf bane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. In subsequent movies, that becomes the autumn moon is full and bright, because that's when they really introduce the full moon. In this movie, the full moon is not the major thing about it. Silver is the thing which they introduce. But anyway, but he takes that and he's going to Gwen like, it's another dog. Oh, that's not a dog, that's a wolf. That's a wolf, yeah. He says, make a good putter. Because he's the Welsh, prodigal son who's been in America, California, doing optics on a big, observatory. And he comes back after the loss of his brother. His brother dies. And Claude Rains, his father, welcomes the prodigal son back. And he's like, but his new telescopes arrive. So he gets his son, who hasn't seen him for years, who's now a big brutish man looking like Lon Chaney, with a big deep American accent, to do his telescope for him. And Lon Chaney, as Lawrence Talbot, uses his telescope and spies on Gwen Conliffe putting her earrings in. He's a voyeur. He's a fucking perv. And it is pretty bad. He's a what a hell of a dunce. A guy that's, he's great with his hands and optics and that kind of thing. But things of the brain, affairs of the heart, he's a bit of a clumsy klutz. But he spies Gwen Conliffe through the telescope that he's just fixed up in the observatory of Talbot Manor. And he sees her through the window. And he does this. I always think, what a fucking cretin. He sees it and he goes, like she's right there. And he's a guy that's worked with optics, telescopes, observatories. He knows what he's looking through. That little lens there. It's not right next to him. It's fucking far away. And he goes, and then, it's fucking awful. And I love this movie. But yeah, make a good putter, he says, like. So, something I've fallen over. Anyway, folks, yeah, let's, as the Yanks will say, let's swap this head out. Oh, and here we go, here we go. Okay, it's come off. Okay, now, where the hell did I put those wolf heads? Oh yeah, there they are. You get 2 wolf heads. I shall show you them. Yeah, well, they're different, aren't they? Why'd you get 2 of them? Well, I'll tell you, one of them is just showing the underbite. I know you can't really see that probably. I'm hoping you can glean the features of that. It is a nice sculpt. It is nice, and it's nice that the neck is hairy as well. So that's just him going like that, just that. And then you get this one, which is not that much difference. All you get difference in that head sculpt is he's looking off like that, and his mouth is slightly more open. I don't get it. On many other videos, people are going like, "Oh, that's the wolf head to use." That he's like, he's more angry. I think it's that. There's not that much difference, to be honest. And out of the 2 of them, I prefer that one. But he's just in the film, you don't see him do that much in the way of like open mouth stuff. It's always kind of like, and then he goes, and he always goes in for the strangle, because it's this is not a medical werewolf. This is not like a big modern day Wolfman which just rips people to fucking shreds. He goes in for like the little dainty stranglehold, and then we will hear that he's gone for the jugular. He's severed the jugular. Okay, there's the 2 heads. I'll put one of them on now. I'll put on the supposedly snarly one. Let's get this in there. They go on reasonably well. They are. Look, that's him. That is the snarly one, isn't it? Yeah, that is crap, folks. Can you see the big mushroom head? Both sculpts are the same when it comes to the fur and the head. The face is slightly different. He looks fucking confused on that. Like, do I shag her or kill her? I'll do both. I don't know. Evelyn Anchors, as Gwen Conliffe. The 2 of them didn't get on. We know this. I've discussed this a million times. But there he is. Oh, sorry, yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll take the human hand off and I'll put the other wolfy hand on. The other wolfy paw. Ah. Come on, motherfucker. There's the paw. Right, okay. And these do go in. Well, they did go in fairly easily. Right. It's in there. So, okay, right. Let's get him fucking, Yeah. I caught a fish, it was this big. But you see that dome, that fod of fur, that, folks, is pissing me off. That looks, the profile doesn't look too bad. I mean, look, there's the mask there from Trick or Treat Studios, which I've modified that, and I've played about with the fur a fair bit, and I've darkened the skin, put a bit of extra stuff on it. But anyway, and that looks bloody good. But the profile of that isn't too bad. Do not get me wrong on that. I do like the profile. I'm trying to get this a bit closer without glitching out, and but that looks fucking stupid. It looks like a crash helmet. That looks like a 1950s guy in a race car. Those little fucking chunky little torpedo-shaped racing cars. And that's the kind of crash helmet they wore. That looks shit. That looks fucking shit. And it's annoying me. It really does annoy me. I don't get it. He does have that sort of bouffant sort of thing. You can see in other figures. You know, let's get him again. You can see that there. But the delineation is far better on that figure. I know it's a bigger figure. I know. Here's the much older one, which is fabulous, by the way. Fabulous figure. That's great. You're not seeing the eyes too well on that, but it is a wonderful figure. And I've got others as well. Just not here. But that delineation there, you can see what I mean. That fucking helmet, that's crap. That's really, really crap. Off, you fuck. And let's put the other head on. This is the one I prefer of the wolfy ones. And let's be honest, you know, we're all buying this because of the Wolfman side of it. But I've discovered that I'm going to keep it as the Lon Chaney side of it. Now, here you go. Here's the one that's not going. There's not much difference. His eyes aren't looking off. His eyes are looking ahead. But that's much better, isn't it? I'm sure you'll agree. I think that's much better. Again, profile-wise, yeah, it's not too bad. And, well, in fact, it's better that way. But again, you've got this fucking crash hat sort of style. And it beggars belief. That mushroom top, that bulbous bell end fucking, you know, helmet is wrong. It's wrong. I can see what they've done. They've got, because they know he has this sort of bouffant sort of thing. But they've made it too strongly delineated from the face to the fur. And no, it absolutely fucking ruins it for me. So I'm not having that. Now, you've got his fairy booties there, as you know. But you've also got... I'm not sure this is a good thing or a bad thing, but you've got... You know, well, you can see, I've not took them out. You've got human feet. Human feet from the sort of just below the knee downward. Now, yes, there are scenes in the movie where, you know, he's come back after a nice stalking and he's lying on his bed. There's muddy footprints, paw prints leading up to, you know, Talbot Manor, and all the hunters are like, you know, they're amassing there, like he knows what he is. He believes what's happened to him, and he's right. He's not wrong, mate. He's right. And so you will see him with his trousers rolled up and human feet, you know. But who is ever going to put those feet on this headless figure? You're just not going to do it, are you? Why would you? You're not going to do it. It's nice that they've done this, but it doesn't make any sense. If you're going to have the cane, why not have him with different legs where the pants are rolled down to the bottom and he's got shoes on? There's no fucking point in the movie where you're going to have him with his trouser legs rolled up and he's holding the cane. I get it though. I mean, it's part of the imagery, so you can set up your little diorama and you've got the cane there. And I'll tell you now what I'm going to do with one of these human hands. I'm not sure which one, maybe even one of the feet. I'm going to bedeck it with blood, so it's been severed. So a severed hand and a severed foot. I'm going to maybe use this diorama still. I'm going to put him on this, and with that tree background, I'm going to have severed limbs lying around. I know, you don't see it in the movie at all. I know you don't, but hell, so what? It's your figure. You can do what you want with it. But for display purposes primarily, I'm keeping that head on, the Michael McIntyre, Lon Chaney. Look at it. Let's try and get this. So, oh, you're not doing it, are you? Trust me, folks. That sculpt is that head is worth the price of this figure alone. It genuinely alone, a Lon Chaney. It's amazing. Not a good looking guy. and it's captured his quizzical, bewildered, frightened, persecuted look, and it's amazing. And the hair sculpt is brilliant as well. That little bit there, what, an inch of plastic, NECA's plastic, is worth the price alone of this figure. Fantastic. I'm going to put that back on again. Oh, before I do, oh no, I'll put it on. I've seen people saying that this is a reused sculpt of a Jason Voorhees figure, and I can believe it actually is. Now, if you look, I've got a Jason Voorhees figure which I brought in just for this purpose alone. Look at now the shirt is different. It's out over the belt, that's tucked in, but the colour is and the style is pretty similar. Now, there is, without a doubt, another Jason Voorhees figure where, I'm not sure which one it is, I think it might be the Friday the 13th Part 3, where the sculpt is just like that. Now, that's a bit shiny. Paintwork-wise, our green shirt there is shinier. And here we go, folks. The endless controversy over what the colours of Lon Chaney's, or the Wolfman's costume is in the Wolfman, and Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, and House of Dracula, and House of Frankenstein, and Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. He's in all of those. Now, Bob Burns, the great eminent historian, movie historian and film collector, now deceased, always maintained that the shirt was grey and the pants were a darker grey. You've got some people who say that, oh, it was maroon, it was brown, it was red. Yeah. And, you know, it's a black and white movie, and it's certainly dark. The pants are darker than the shirt, but the shirt to me has always been green. To me. And in pretty much every bit of artwork you've ever seen, apart from like Gogol, not Google, but you can Google Gogol, who did a lot of artwork for the movies, so famous Monsters of Filmland, and he did various colours. This is a guy that painted King Kong with reds and purples and oranges and all that, and it looks great. And NECA do a figure of that look. It's not what he looks like in the movie, of course, but it's an artistic, visionary sort of interpretation. So I accept that. I think that's fine. And if you think that the shirt he wears is maroon or brown, fine. I don't have any truck with that whatsoever. I always thought it was green, and it's funny that a couple of dozen figures that I've got, a gazillion imagery that I've got, posters, oh God, I don't know, tons and tons of stuff, it's green. The pants are definitely darker than that in the movie. They are darker than that. That's just like a khaki, that. And I don't think that's right. That is definitely, that's wrong. If it's not right, it's wrong. Is that right? Or am I wrong? No. They are darker pants than that. So, but anyway, that doesn't bother me, really. I think the plastic for the torso and the shirt is a little bit too shiny. You're seeing that in this light. It's too shiny for me. You can dull that down, and I probably will do, to be perfectly honest. I think it is a little bit too shiny. But, you know, hey, no worries. Because I think the shirt's still right. And I think the colour, for me, the dark green is the way I view it. Another thing that people always come out with is the nose, the black dog snout that he has. Now, so again, and NECA, I hope you can see that. NECA have done the black dog snout on both the wolfy heads. It is. It's black on that. It's black on absolutely everything. Every single bit of imagery that I've had since, even vintage stuff from the 60s, black snout. Every artwork, black snout, black. Watch the movie in black and white. The fucking nose, the tip of the nose is darker than the rest of his nose. It's black. I know people say, oh no, it's more subtle than that. No, it isn't. Rick Baker, who did the remake of the Wolfman, and here's the best Wolfman figure ever. There's the 12-inch Mezco, 22-point articulated, fantastic figure. Benicio del Toro played him, and okay, I know in the end they used CGI for the transformation, but the actual makeup that del Toro wore as the Wolfman is fucking amazing, and it is modelled a bit more brutally on the Jack P. Pierce makeup from the original. And once again, black nose. Rick Baker has stated so many times that he went back, he copied Jack P. Pierce's makeup. That's the makeup that really sets him. Oh, this is what I want to do in my life, and he has done this for himself and for exhibitions so many times. Oh, it's the fucking black nose. It's a black nose. In some shots in the original movie, it might not look as dark as in others, but in other shots, it's black. It's fucking black. I'm sick. People saying, "Oh, it's not black. Oh, they've done that wrong." Oh yeah, so every single other person and all the people that were around at the time when the film was made and have then done commentaries and spoken to people and interviewed people that were there on set and discussed the black nose. Oh, so they're all wrong. And just one or two of you say, "No, it's not. It's a slightly darker brown." Fuck off. Imbeciles. In fact, you give imbeciles a bad name. It's a fucking black snout. Of course it is. That's the bloody point of it. No, I'm sick of these dickheads. And so, look, how many fucking figures? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 figures here. And then, and this, the new one, and the 2 ends there. And loads elsewhere. Have they all got that wrong? Are you telling me that they all got that wrong? How could... No. It's actually, if you watch the film, I watch the film all the time. What fucking version are you watching? It's not fucking darker brown. It's black. Some of the lighting and some of the shadows play effects sometimes, but it's fucking black. Dear God! And the shirt's green. No. I mean, as far as the shirt's concerned, I can't definitively say. I say Bob Burns always said it was grey, and then the pants were darker grey. Some people allude to the fact that it's maroon and whatever other colours. There is one great behind the scenes shot, colour shot of Lon Chaney in the makeup, and he's wearing a turn up collar, which is not what he wears in the movie. But it's not a mask. It is the makeup that Jack P. Pierce put on, and the hair. And you can see his eyes and all that, and the nose. What is it? Yeah, it's black. It's a fucking black nose. I know. I know, folks. I shouldn't get so working about these things, but hey, the Wolfman means a lot to me. Cheers, y'all. So, do I recommend this figure? Yes, I do. Mine has got issues with, I cannot turn the waist at all. I can't. Even despite all the tricks of the trade that I've employed, mine's not turning. Maybe mine shouldn't turn. Maybe they've done a different run. I don't know. I did not get mine when they first came out. I didn't want to. I was like, no, I won't do this. But then in the end, I bit that silver bullet and I thought, no, I'll do it. But I think, even though that they've gone for the dog leg, they've made a bit of an issue there for standing it up. On that stand is not working. By the way, here's one of my stands. Did I say that before? Yeah, I didn't. I showed that before. Now, that particular stand, the pin's too fat. But I've got other stands where the pins are a lot thinner. But did I bring them down for the sake of this video? No, I didn't. But they'll fit that. But I'm lucky that I've got this thing here. So I'm going to use that for my display purposes. And I'm going to have him, okay, there he's got the 2 wolf hands and the wolf feet. But I'm keeping the Lon Chaney Sculpt head. Because I think that is So that is not the deal breaker, but the deal maker. That sculpt, and I bet you the majority of people who buy this figure are not even going to entertain using that, but you should. There's so many better figures of the Wolfman out there with better head sculpts than the ones that could have supplied there. That fucking big mushroom helmet, bulbous bell end. No, that's fucking awful. That Lon Chaney head is diamond. That is absolutely fantastic. So, as you saw when I had just the one hand, the transformed hand, and him staring at it, mimicking what you see in American Man from London, I think that, for me, that's me personally, that's how I'm going to display him. And I'll have the tree. I mean, again, it's a sequence you don't see in a movie, but I don't care. You know, you don't see him as a Wolfman with this unless he's getting fucking clubbed by it by his own dad. So that's ridiculous. I don't like the way that my man, bear, wolf trap is only partially articulated, which is a bit of annoyance. And you have this ridiculous fucking clasp. If that bit doesn't move, then why is it fucking clasped? And if you try to move it, it's going to snap off. Yours might be different, but mine is not like that. The human feet, I don't think, even I'm never going to use those. Never. You can have him, the first transformation, you could put him sitting in a chair. You could do that, you could mock up a chair, you could have him sitting there, and you know, his feet, so his human face and two human hands, or even one hairy paw perhaps. I think that'd be even better, to be honest. One hairy paw, and then the 2 feet are in, you know, the pure wolf, you know, sort of look. It's like, but you've still got the Lon Chaney aggrieved face. I think that's far better than the actual wolf heads. Again, it's my opinion. You know, you might all disagree, but there you go. It's the way it is. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, about the box as well. We have got this. It's NECA, but we do have. It's here somewhere. I don't know if you can see on the bottom of that. Well, the light's glitching it out, but right there, it's Chaney Entertainment logo. All the Wolfman stuff right now carries the Chaney Entertainment logo, including the Trick or Treats Wolfman Mask, which is excellent. I know there's some which are not, but you've got to play with the fair, and you've got to, you know, and you can really make that work. This is a wonderful mask, folks. It's a wonderful mask. And you know, you talk about like poetic license, bloodshot eyes. You don't see no bloodshot eyes in the movie. You don't. But it works. It still works. It's fine. Don't mind that. Oh, and black nose. Black nose. How dare you? How dare you, Kilt-Man? Black snout. Oh, no, wrong. It's just a darker brown. Bollocks. But I'll have this little tree set up here as well. And I might even, like, when I do it, because I've got so many other Wolfman figures which can look great in other kind of settings. But for him, I'm probably gonna keep this on that base, and Shelob can go fucking spin a web somewhere else. He's gonna stand there in his mostly human. Oh no, it's only the head and one hand I'm gonna have as human, but that wolf paw and him staring at it like that. I mean, you're seeing it now pretty much here. Let's just do that, and you bring that up and make him stare at it like aghast. No, what? No. And I've got hairy palms and I've been touching myself. Oh, what else is gonna happen? Sorry, that was just me confessing there. That's not him, that's just me. And so the human feet, never gonna use. The 2 wolf heads, I don't know. No, I'm not going to use them. But as I say, the human hand and maybe a human foot, I'm going to bloody them up and leave them. You see that? That's me walking into something rather sharp and nasty. That was a couple of weeks ago, and it's left an indelible fucking scar now, bastards. But I might have a couple of severed limbs there, you know, I look great. But in the meantime, oh, by the way, Joe Johnson's 2010 remake of the Wolfman, Benicio del Toro, that's Danny Elfman's score playing right now. And there's that figure. There is a 7-inch version of it, but that figure is fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Look at him. I might do a video just on that figure alone. I have reviewed this movie, and I've reviewed the Wolfman, the original Wolfman, many times. In one capacity or another. But this figure is great. Oh, because I've just seen his rear end there, I want to show you something else which I do not like about this figure. But turn him around. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get the fucking ring lights. Just there you are. Can you see? Look at his butt cheeks and its arse crack. What's that about? Why would you do that? That's ridiculous. You've given him, it's almost like he's nude and you've just given him a bit of a khaki sort of wash on his buttocks. That's his fucking arse. You've given him an absolute fucking arse crack there. That's not good. That's not good, folks. So this figure, as much as I do love it, and I had to have it in the end, I had to. The Lon Chaney Larry Talbot head sculpt is the one that works. One paw is great. The two dog leg things are a bit awkward to position and make him stand. If you want to keep the dog leg, if you want to keep that dog leg thing, which you should do because that's how he walks, that's how the Wolfman's meant to be. It's a fucking dog leg. So, but the stand that they give you, I think is crap. I don't think it works at all. Buy one of mine instead. No. But, you know, if you keep his paws flat, then you're going to be okay. But you're losing the effect of the raised dog leg, which is important. The sculpt on the body, we've now learned, is pretty much a reissue of a Jason Voorhees figure. But you know, I don't know. There's no issues with that at all. I would dull down that shirt. There's a shine on the shirt, a sheen on the shirt, a shiny sheen on the shirt, which is shit. So dull that down, I would. But and the arse crack is bad. But if your figure has articulation in the waist, you can get that to a much better pose than what I can do. But I can't do that without snapping this motherfucker in half. And I'm not going to risk that. So the cane is great. I will rig up this with some body parts and the tree. And I might even get a moon above it as well. Like, I might even rig up some kind of silvery moon. And if I do that all successfully, I'll show you it as well. But anyway, for now, folks, we've hit almost an hour's sort of mark there on what must be the longest NECA Wolfman Ultimate video review. But overall, I'm going to say, yeah, if you're into it and you haven't already got it, but you're into the Wolfman and you've been sitting on the you know, the way you walk is thorny. If you're sitting on a thorny fence about this, no, it's worth getting. It is worth getting. It's not too ridiculously pricey. It's worth getting, but you've got to work out how you're going to use it, how you're going to display it. There is superfluous bits and bobs there. No one is going to put those fucking human feet on this. They're not going to do that. I'll use them as bloody body parts strewn across the diorama. But you know, the wolf heads, if you're into them, you're into them. At least the necks are furry as well, so you've got that. I'll show you them again. go. These two hairy, look like fucking guys out the 70s fucking rock bands, but just look at the sideys on them. They're okay. I don't get why they've done two with barely a different expression, just by moving the eyes to one side and slightly opening the mouth. Hasn't really altered anything. If you're gonna change it to any dramatic purposes, I'm going, There's many imagery of Lon Chaney. You don't see it so much in the movie, where his gob is open. He's going. There's tons of imagery of him doing that. He's done it for other movies, and he's done it for promotional artwork and photographs, publicity stills. So you got him in his gob open. So you could have done that, but instead they do this sort of. It's not different enough. All they've done is slightly open the mouth a little bit. For what purpose? He's hardly chomping on anyone's jugular. And move his eyes. The fuck is that about? And someone has sat down and painstakingly sculpted that and then got it designed, and then it's... Why? There's not enough difference. It just... And I've seen videos going, oh, I prefer the open mouth one. Oh, it's more snarling. If you get this and you look at them, I'm trying to show you them so that look. No, that's wrong. There's not that much fucking difference between them, folks. Seriously. Anyway, right, that's it. Just gonna have another little swig of whiskey. The back door's open and the midgies are coming in now, so I'll probably get bitten to buggery again. And I can't quite see if the moon's up yet. That could get interesting, couldn't it? Surrounded by all these guys, my own pack of wolfmen. But I'm just going to show you this guy again, because the film is great fun, but it's fucked up. The film is a complete and utter mess. Whichever version of that 2010 remake you watch, it's screwed up. I would recommend the full extended cut, but that is a mockery of the theatrical cut, because there's so many plot holes because of the extended scenes. And yet, I still adore this movie. I think it's such a great entertainment. If you're a Wolfman fan, this version is a great slice of hairy hokum, and it's got the gore as well. But it takes out two great sequences, two deleted scenes. Jesus Christ, when he meets the blind singer. Oh my God, that is fantastic. Why cut that scene out? I've discussed it before now. And him chasing the British Bobby on horseback. He's chasing a guy on a horse, and he fucking hell. Why cut those scenes out? Dear God. And put back in scenes that don't make any sense. Although in the full director's cut, full extended cut, it's not director's cut, you do get him meeting Max von Sydow on the train, and he gives him this. Yeah. Folks, anyway, I have been and always shall be stuck behind a wall of fare and trying to reach the stop button on the camera. NECA's Ultimate Wolf Man figure. It is worth getting, but you've got to. You're either going to be easily pleased or you're going to work out what's best for you. And for me, I'm going with Larry Talbot, Lon Chaney. That sculpt is amazing. It's amazing. I know I couldn't do it justice with the ring light on, because I was going to do this in the daylight hours, but I thought, that's wrong. You can't do it when the sun's beaming through. That ruins the whole thing. So then I go and do it at night time with the ring light on, and you can't see a fucking thing anyway. Anyway, that's what it's all about. So, folks, be happy, Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. And you know, in the meantime, and this ever hairy, hoary, fairy, frosty in between time, please be yourselves. And I'm gonna see you all. Oh, I'm getting a bit itchy. It's like, I don't know, a bit of folliculitis, getting hairier. I'm gonna see you all.